This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
Pay no attention to the muffled screams in the background. You are listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on the SHR Media Network. Back to you, Joe.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. I got a bunch of little promos tonight. Thank you, BZ. I appreciate you sending them to me, and I will use them with honor. They had me laughing my ass off. That was the first of a couple. Sackhead Sean, give me a little intro. I appreciate it. But yes, please ignore the screams. The screams of pleasure. I don't know where to go from there, so let's just get on with the show. So, I think I got the okay from my wife for a bench in my garage. I know it's bad. I got to get a fucking permission from my wife. Oh, God, I've lost it. I've lost all power in my house. I used to do some woodworking. I had fun with it. You know, make a little stand here, a little stand there. And I have some ideas that have been bouncing around in my head, and along with that, as I told you yesterday, I'm doing that butcher block for my mother-in-law. I got a couple ideas in my head, and I've picked up some equipment because I've lost, well, not lost, I had to get rid of some of my equipment over time. And how you doing, Jenna? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Everybody else, chat room's open. Just go to SHR Media. Join the conversation. Tell me whatever. I don't care. But, so, I'm ripping my garage apart this weekend. I got a broken down ride-on lawnmower that's been sitting in my garage. My wife wants out of there, which is perfect to get that out of there. I'm going to try to sell that for parts. A couple other items, get them out of there, and get a nice little working area in there. Get back to doing some of these projects I like doing. Because I have some stuff that we've had, and we still have it laying around, some downed trees in my area from the hurricane several months ago. So I want to go get those, and, I have some ideas for those. And, like I said, I got the equipment. Well, I'm getting the equipment back now. Now I'm just one last piece I need. And holy shit. I've never had it before. So I can work around it. But a planer. Oh my God, those things are expensive. Holy for holies. Holy shit on a shingle. So I got floored today. We're going to get on with the show. And I got totally floored. Floored. First, Let me jump ahead. I have the articles in reverse. Where'd he go? Keith Olbermann, that scumbag that's been running his mouth for a long time now. Oh, Trump needs to resign. He needs to be impeached. Just totally running off at the mouth. Doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. And now he announced on Monday that he's retiring from political commentary in all media venues. You know, the guy works for GQ. He used to work for, I think, ESPN before he got fired. The guy is a whack job. Whack job is putting it nicely. So he has stated he's retiring from political commentary in all media venues. The 58-year-old leftist reassured everyone, no illness, no scandal, no firing, just I've said what I've had to say, and added it was as obvious as I made it seem. I give my work everything I can, so it's not like I could dial it back. I'm calling bullshit. Bullshit right there. Yeah, I think I got that article in there, Jenna. But yeah, there's going to be scandals popping about him, probably. That's why he's stepping away. Because all of a sudden we're hearing other people stepping away from politics. Sexual harassment is running rampant. Accusations are running rampant, and all of a sudden people start, oh, I'm retiring. Oh, no. It has nothing to do with this. Just a coincidence that all this is going on. I've never sexually harassed. I'm just going into hiding. I call bullshit. Something's going on, or he got threatened by GQ because he was bringing their magazine down. Olbermann made the announcement that he is all out of words at the conclusion of his 147th episode of The Resistance, the online show he has been doing for GQ since September of last year. During this particular show, Olbermann reassured his dwindling hard-left fan base that President Trump was finished after he mocked Senator Elizabeth Warren as Pocahontas. Warren, of course, is infamous for claiming to be one of the Cherokee's descendant and using that false claim to advance her wealth and career. She has lied about it over the years to advance her career. What's funny is she was being interviewed by Bill Myers, whatever, and he called her Pocahontas. She had no problem with it. Now calling her Pocahontas, it's racist to do it. Oh, my God. So this jackass Olbermann, he's finished for calling her Pocahontas when everybody else that has a sanity level above, medication,
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Laugh at that. They don't find it offensive. What's offensive is Senator Elizabeth Warren lying and falsely claiming to be a part of that great tribe just so she can advance her career and her wealth. That is offensive. And she deserves to be called out for it. And you could tell when something's hurting the Democrats because they'll complain like that. And it's funny, he has that show, The Resistance, and all of a sudden he's giving it up because he said what he had to say. Bullshit. Olbermann, who has failed at or been fired from almost every news and sports outlet on TV, ESPN, MSNBC, Fox News, Current TV, NBC Sports, NBC News, Fox Sports, CNN. And he finally landed at GQ with an online show that had absolutely no impact whatsoever on the news cycle. Nothing. He's trying to save face because he failed. From his cheap-looking studio, and that's talking a lot. I mean, I agree with that statement, and that's coming from my cheap-looking studio. The only time Oberman made a ripple in our culture was when his ego-driven rage and clueless rhetoric sailed so far over the rainbow, people could not help but stop and laugh. With such a small and angry mind, it is not at all surprising that Oberman has said what I've had to say, has run out of things to say. Moreover, it has to be frustrating for him to realize just how far he has fallen. During George W. Bush's presidency, Oberman enjoyed a cushy primetime spot on MSNBC and was widely seen as the next leader of the anti-Bush left. Today, he is just another aging has-been screaming about stuff from his basement, someone no one pays attention to until he gets too loud and obnoxious. It is hard to imagine who will miss Oberman. Even as he devolved into something well beyond self-parody, his self-righteousness, bitter rant have had a been there, done that feel for many, many years. Oberman is out of words and has nothing left to say for one simple reason. He is utterly incapable. And of any insight, even the left is tired of him. He has never had anything to offer other than shallow proclamations delivered by way of self-satisfied indignation, and that finally got to a point where his career collapsed entirely. You know, that sounds a lot of these left-wing commentators. Presses they are. The sugar high of rage does not illuminate. Fury does not make sense of things. Volume is not a replacement for acumen. Oberman's utterly humorless wordsmithing and delivery have been puddle deep. He was always the guy in the break room constantly bitching about work, about the same thing every single day. He was the most uninteresting man in the world. Yes, for a time in the media world where 750,000 total viewers is enough to keep CNN on the air, Oberman was able to find his niche, was able to hit the sweet spot of a handful of angry leftists looking for someone to express their mania. But the truth is that he ran out of things to say sometime in 2007. And for a decade, right up until Monday night, everyone except Keith Oberman knew that. He is a has-been, a never was. He went the way of the dodo bird decades ago. He just didn't know it. Now, this next one, something's going to pop up about Keith Oberman. Or he got, you go the way of the dodo bird and they keep quiet. Democrat leading pro-amnesty legislator, Chicago Representative Luis Gutierrez is quitting Congress. You know, the one that's been arrested multiple times because of his antics for the open borders bullcrap. Well, he's retiring. He's not. And what's funny is Monday he had to file for that he was going to run again. He filed. Then today he backs out. So you tell me what pops up that makes a man that 24 years he's been on Capitol Hill, files for re-election, and then the next day backs out and says he's going to retire. Something's going to come out about him. something big is going to pop out about him real soon. NBC5 has learned Congressman Luis Gutierrez will announce Tuesday that he is not running for re-election after 24 years on Capitol Hill, sources says. Gutierrez telephoned key Democratic leaders late this afternoon to let them know of his plans. Calls to Gutierrez tonight, have not been returned. His departure comes as his allies recognize the sinking prospect in 2017 for a no-strings, clean DREAM Act for 3 million illegals, including the 690,000 DACA beneficiaries. In 2013-2014, he was the leading Democrat pushing for House approval of the unpopular Gang of Eight Amnesty and Cheap Labor Act. For example, he worked closely with Paul Ryan to fashion a secret amnesty bill, even though the amnesty push was so unpopular that it cost Chuck Schumer 9 Democratic seats plus the Senate majority in November of 2014. But in 2017, his push for a Democrat amnesty is being blocked by hostile polls, Donald Trump's immigration principles, top-level GOP opposition, and tepid backroom support for Democrats. For example, an amnesty for a young illegal is top priority for only 23% of American voters who identified as independent. That was in a November poll by Morning Consult and Politico. The no-string amnesty was strongly opposed by 16% in November's survey, and likely by many of the 23% of people who say they have no comment or don't know. As of November 27th report by McClatchy News Science included an admission by an amnesty proponent that push for a December amnesty is losing ground. 2 months have now passed, and I'm sad to report that we're arguably further away from a solution today than we were then, said Neil Bradley, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Chief Policy Officer. Bradley is a former top policy staffer who worked for GOP leaders, including Representative Kevin McCarthy and Representative Eric Cantor. Bradley lost power when the 2013 Gang of Eight push backfired and prompted Cantor's shocking primary defeat. Amnesty advocates are mourning Gutierrez's departure. Oh, I don't understand it. They're breaking the law. Done. Now, what's funny is there's people I know, liberals, that are against amnesty. They're against the illegals and open borders. They understand also that it might be not feasible to deport all of them. They go into that category. That's a debate going back and forth. That's one I'm not going to have. But I know liberals that are against all this. I know many Latinos, Hispanics, that are against illegal immigration. They came here legally. And they expect everybody else to have to go through that process. If you think the process is broken, I understand you may think it's broken. Try to change it the proper way. Just don't ignore it. Just because you think something is not right doesn't mean you could just simply ignore the law without repercussions. I don't care if you're bringing kids into it. Because I could do that with I'm not going to do it. I'm using it as an example. I'm cutting this off so, if some asshole wants to try swatting me with this, it's on air. If I wanted to rob a bank. Well, you can't do anything because I did it for my kid. Now, I've used this example a lot because bank robbery, or wait a minute, it's not bank robbery. It's an undocumented withdrawal from a financial institution. You can do it very easily without hurting anybody. And just the same as coming into the country, people have got murdered. Example, out in Arizona. A friend of mine's father lives out there. One of his neighbors went out to get the mail. Shot dead. And what they found out what it was is there was an illegal immigrant crossing through his backyard. He thought the resident saw him and was going to turn him in. So he ran up and killed him before he could turn him in. They don't think the guy even ever saw him. He went out for his mail and got killed for it. So don't tell me it's a victimless crime. Victimless crime. Because there's a lot of victims along the way. A lot of dead. As I said, though, I could do an undocumented withdrawal from a financial institution. Financial institution, and nobody gets hurt. I could do it because I want to make my family better. I want to give my family a better life. I'm doing it out of love for my family to help them. I don't think the rules are set up fairly. I think the rules are broken. You could take those exact same reasonings that they use for this illegal immigration and apply it to many other things in American life. It doesn't make it justified. Does not make it right. We have immigration laws. Follow them. If you don't think they're right, change them. And then we'll deal with it. Prohibition. Yeah, there was a lot of people selling alcohol on the side. Still was wrong to do it. They didn't like that there was prohibition, so they repealed it. Wow. Oh, I don't know. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires, due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network, to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business?
You didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cap for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show. Also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Pay no attention to the muffled screams in the background. You are listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on the SHR Media Network. Back to you, Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of this senseless. Don't forget, if you want to watch a live stream, it's easy, I tell you. Just go to, shrmedia.com. And if you don't want to go there, which I don't know why you wouldn't, you can go to YouTube. Well, if you're on your phone, it's easier if you want to go to YouTube. Most people have that app. And just search for SHR Media. And don't forget to hit that little button that says subscribe. Or if you're on Facebook, just go to SHR Media. Don't forget to hit like button if you haven't done so. All 3 ways you could watch the show live and watch me make an ass of myself. So, who's it? Representative Luis Gutierrez is retiring. Something caused him to retire overnight. Something caused him to step away faster than Superman. I don't know what it is. We may never know. But he almost ran away. Same time I'm also looking up my shipment. I'm like a little kid in a candy store when it comes to this woodworking anymore. These little projects I got, when they all work into each other. Because
I explained I was doing that Lichtenberg stuff, that burning into the wood with electricity and causing designs. Well, that can go into the woodworking I'm doing in it. It's... see how it goes. All right. I finally got my drill press yesterday, and I was happy about that. And I got a little gadget. It's a digital angle gauge. You put it on your blade or whatever you want. It tells you the exact angle that you're at. Which, for me, I need that, trust me. Oh, I can screw that up very easy, the angles, and I've done that multiple times. Oh. Where am I? Yeah, I don't need that. Rocketman, launching up the rockets like never before. Well, he launched another rocket. We're going to get to a point, people. It's not Trump. It's not Trump. But we're going to get to the point where we're going to be in a war soon. We can't keep allowing North Korea to fire these rockets. And I know they're not surprised. It's the breaking news. North Korea has unexpectedly launched a rocket. No, we all knew they did. Even North Korea in the state they're in picks up the little red phone, starts calling the countries and saying, "Oh, we launched rocket. We launched rocket today." They know if they don't give a warning out, people think it's going to be a first strike, which means North Korea goes boom. Well, we knew they were launching. Doesn't mean that we should keep allowing it. We got to do something about Little Rocket Man there. I would play the Rocket Man song, but last time I did that, my live stream replays on YouTube got blocked. Oh, friggin' they got all pissy about it. YouTube, oh no, you got copyright infringement. And it's Elton John's record company filed a complaint. It's like, I played 31 seconds instead of 30 seconds. They let you get away with 30 seconds of sampling. I played 31 seconds. I still don't think I played 31 seconds. But they say I did, so okay. It's like, holy shit, you're going to throw a hissy fit over that? Damn. I don't know. I don't know. You don't know. But we got to do something about Rocket Man here. Him and his launching rockets are not good. Not good. It's going to cause a major incident. It's... one of these times, they're going to have a live round, and they're going to hit Japan, or Guam, or even the United States, and it's going to be too late for anything else. I understand we can't do a first strike. We're going to have to do something. China's going to have to do something, or we're going to have to do something. Because we can't keep on dealing with this. He's a madman. And if you want to go back, Bill Clinton talked hard and heavy with North Korea. But then his solution was, that's great for America. Let's get billions of dollars to North Korea. We financed these missiles to be built. Bill Clinton helped finance this terrorist state that North Korea is right now and told the American people, it'll be great. It'll be like a cigar. Okay, bad joke. But I think everybody gets the point. And I'm flabbergasted. Millions of dollars we paid. Billions. And the problem's still going. Because Bill Clinton had no balls. I mean, how much more should we keep taking of this, people? It's not Trump. I'm getting tired of that cop-out. It is North Korea. North Korea is the nut job. And the more that we make excuses, the more problems we're going to have. I wouldn't do this with a little kid. And I'm not going to do it with an adult. This is not a Trump problem. To be exact, this is a Bill Clinton, Obama, Bush, Hillary Clinton. It is their problems. They have allowed this to go on this far and just keep paying him off, thinking he will back off. Money doesn't solve everything. That's the problem with Democrats. They think throwing money solves everything. It doesn't. It does not solve everything. Hang on. Shit. I'm looking at my tab at the same time I'm talking, and I can't read it. Trying to track an item, look at the tracking number, and type it at the same time is getting hard. God, it sucks getting old. I don't know if it's 2 6s or 3 6s. That's the bad part. When you're seeing these tracking numbers and they're all blended and you can't copy and paste the damn thing. Oh. That's what's pissed me off. I can't copy and paste it. My mom ordered me. My mommy ordered me. Yes. A drone. Yes. SHR Media and Reaver of Common Sense now have a drone. The drone of death. So, she's also getting my daughter one. She's getting a better and bigger one for my daughter, of course. I never get the good stuff. So, that's why me and my daughter can go and have fun. She wants my daughter to have fun. She knows if I don't have one, I'll be taking it away from my daughter. Give me, I'm flying it. No, I want to fly it. No. So my mom's just ending the argument. I'm trying to find where it's at. It's somewhere on the earth. Oh, where are we now? I've totally got lost. And one of the tweets about good to whatever that jackass's name is. His departure will have a big impact on Chicago politics, likely diverting a local Hispanic candidate for mayor into the House of Congress. Yeah. big impact. Chicago. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Another one is a tweet breaking. This was from NBC. Breaking Democrat sources say Luis Gutierrez will pull his petitions. So he already filed the day before. That's what's got me. He filed the day before and then pulls it the next day. Something big happened for him to pull it. Something big popped. And that really has me going, What causes a politician to back out? Well, that's simple. Sexual harassment. It's just funny. All these sexual harassment claims are flying out there. And all of a sudden, boom. He retracts his petition for re-election. I mean, I can't be the only one that thinks that is fishy. Oh, fishy. And with that, I think we're going to go to break. But contemplate that for a little bit. I'm serious. Sit back and contemplate that. And tell me what you think. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. And we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires, due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network, to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, you got a business? That you didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening. Contact is the
Now back to Reaver Common Sense with Jersey Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. I think they stayed a little too late after hours on that one. I really do. But I do appreciate the little promos. It's greatly appreciated, guys. It really is. Where are we? Download. Why can't I download? Huh, that's weird. It's funny, I was looking at my gas bill, and I haven't gotten... Literally, last 4 months I looked at it, 00000. Then I get this month's bill, and it's, you're past due. How am I past due when I haven't got a fucking bill? 4 months. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It make no sense to me. Makes no sense to me. I don't know. Black number one. Direct debit. What the hell? Alright, I paid that one. Where's the other one? How the hell? This is weird. They got the shit really, really weird. I already paid that. I don't know. I paid it. I'm happy. Where are we? I'm trying to think of the next article. Gloria Allred. I believe she is the lawyer representing Alabama U.S. Senate hopeful Roy Moore accuser Beverly Young Nielsen. She's the one with the yearbook, the high school yearbook. And she's refusing to offer up the high school yearbook to a third-party analysis she presented as evidence to strengthen her client's claim that she was sexually harassed by Moore as a minor. And that's funny. They're refusing. Ooh, I got 2 stalkers. I guess maybe not stalkers. Ninjas in the chat room. I got two people who are listed underneath anonymous viewers. Come out of the shadows. I don't bite. So she refuses to give up these yearbooks to have a third-party analysis of the signature. Do you know why she won't do that, people? You want to know why? Because it's going to come up as a stamp that was stamped by the secretary or assistant or whatever you want to call her. And it'll prove that he never signed it. That's what's it going to come down to. That's why she won't give it up. Because all this is like what they did to Trump, throwing out accusations, just throw them out there, see what sticks, what's going to damage the campaign. That's all this is. And yes, you have McConnell is a part of this. Otherwise, why the hell did he jump on the bandwagon along with everybody else? Oh, he's got to resign. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Oh. And then you know the lawyer's like, I'll only agree to let it be analyzed if Moore agrees to testify under oath. Well, are you bringing a case against him? She's pulling some shenanigans, trying to just get that appearance that he's guilty. That's all. That's all it is. They're just trying to get the appearance. Because why does he need to testify under oath if he's not being charged with anything? That's the big question. And this was on CNN's New Day on Tuesday. And Camerata asked, if no Senate committee takes this on, can't you just go to a third-party handwriting analyst to solve this? And Allred said, we could, but the key person is Roy Moore. And let me just say one other misleading statement that Roy Moore said, because in a letter to Sean Hannity, he said, well, our client Beverly Nelson, he said, appeared before me. Before me was the quote in the letter, which I'm sure you have. Camerata said during the divorce proceeding. Allred said yes during the divorce proceeding. Since he said that, her Alabama divorce attorney from the time has said publicly and to me that she never appeared before Roy Moore because the case, the parties reconciled without her going before him. So there's an inconsistency, I hear. You can call them inconsistency if you wish. I'd rather not call them inconsistency. They were misleading statements. You mean like when you misrepresented and failed to mention that Judge Roy Moore presided over this woman's case, divorce. Whether she showed up in court or not, and even I know appeared before me is a term. And doesn't exactly mean exactly that they appeared directly before them. I know that this lawyer's trying to play on words. And now what's funny is she's making a statement. When you say in the absence of that, it's not just a footnote. This is extremely important. And if he is elected, clearly the Senate Select Committee on Ethics will hold a hearing. How does she know what they're going to do? Unless she has talked to him and is in cahoots with him. How does she know what they are going to do? That really makes me question. I know McConnell has made some statements. That's not a direct statement that it's going to happen. But right now, Judge Moore is ahead in the polls. Another poll was taken today, and he jumped 8 points to a +5. This is different than the poll I think I talked about yesterday, which had him at +7. This other poll had him at -3 after the accusations, and now that everything's calmed down, he's back to a +5, which is a jump of 8. It's a joke. It really is, people. And it's not a funny joke with what's going on. It really isn't. It's embarrassing what I see going on. And the Democrats pulling this shit. It's again, why are these accusations? I don't understand it. You hold on to these accusations for over 40 years. 40 fucking years you sit on these accusations. And now you bring them up during a hot contest. Now he's been in public light. He hasn't been in hiding. He's in public light. And now you go after him. Why? Been in public for 40 years and nothing. That tells me something's not right. Shenanigans are going on. Evil shenanigans. You know, and it's, he to testify under oath. If you bring a case against him, it doesn't matter. Which, I don't think they can make a case against him, can they? And then she said, well, my client says she's willing to do it, to testify under oath. Well, if she's willing to make possible false accusations against a man, of course she's willing to go and testify. Can we prove it any other way? That's the problem with making negative accusations. Okay? If I accuse you of doing something 40 years ago that you didn't do outright, you can't prove it. You cannot disprove that negative. That's why the Democrats love that tactic. It's one of the rules for radicals. They love these tactics. Sweet. I just canceled an order from Amazon and it went through. Oh, me so happy. Oh, me so happy. Found it for cheaper today. I don't know what. I know it's just to make that accusation. That tells me that they know their party stands for nothing. If you got to lie, cheat, and steal to get elected, then you know your party stands for nothing. They're constantly deflecting. I mean, and the scary part is so many smart people fall for this bullshit so easily manipulated. And it drives me up the wall. Like I said, I know these people that are smart, they're brilliant, and they fall for such easy manipulation. Listen, I know I call myself a Republican here and there. I'm more conservative than Republican. And even at times, I'm not perfectly conservative. Okay? But with that, I'm not falling for the bullshit. I'm going by my standards. I call out Republicans on their bullshit. There's a lot of bullshit going on in the Republican Party. McConnell's a fucking joke. Paul Ryan is just as bad, if not worse. But what's going on at the left there? Whew, oh my God. It's fucking scary. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires, due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network, to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sako as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense here on the SHR Media Network. Hey, Sean, you ever see a one-eared elephant?
No.
Check this out.
Oh, that's so tiny.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. And what's worse about this is I played that for my wife earlier. I had to explain to her the whole one-ear elephant and all that. And I had to explain it to her. She didn't get it. I was like, oh, my God. Holy shit. My daughter's sitting there going, what are you talking about that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hey, guys, I really appreciate those promos. I love them. And sounds like you guys had a lot of fun making them, which is a good thing. Let's see, where are we at? Seem to be asking that a lot today. I think, haven't heard anything. Usually BZ will tell me. Don't forget, coming up, top of the hour. In about, 53 minutes will be BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, hosted by the great, the benevolent, the genius that is BZ. Pull up a chair. Remember, the speech is free, but the drinks, well, they're costly. That'll be coming up in about 53 minutes, top of the hour. It'll be 11 o'clock on the East Coast. 11 o'clock on the right coast, the conservative coast, and then that would be what? 9 o'clock on the left coast, on the liberal coast. What are you lost about, Jenna? See if I can help you with it. Tell me what you're lost, and I'll try explaining it. Is the Clint promo the one-eared elephant? And for those that don't know, if you have a guy and he asks you if you want to kiss the elephant's trunk, say no. Because what it is the guy pulls out his pockets turns him inside out so it looks like big floppy ears, and guess what the trunk is? You got it. I'm not trying to be vulgar about it, but that's the joke. And that was a joke back when I was growing up. Back in my day, we used to have but yeah, Jen, just let me know. The elephant. He pulled out one of his pockets, and the joke is he pulled his manliness out, and that's why Clint or Sackhead Sean was saying it was a small, cute one. But yeah, the joke is if guy asks you if you ever kissed an elephant's trunk, he would, pull his pockets out, and that would mean that you'd be kissing his woohoo. And with that, along came a spider and sat down beside her. Black, 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 number one. Got a typo negative stuck in my head tonight, and it's. I miss Pete Steele. I miss his music. I miss all those guys' music, but Pete Steele's writing, his play on words, I love it. I miss it. Too bad he was taken from us so early. Let's see. Let's see. A temporary restraining order to stop Trump's pick for CFPB has been denied. There is in a victory for the Trump White House, a temporary restraining order to halt the president's pick for acting director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Mick Mulvaney, was denied by a judge late Tuesday, though the decision is likely to appeal. Now, what happened is the director of CFBP stepped down. When he stepped down, he named the acting director. Now, there's confusion. I don't know. One says that they have the right. Trump says he has the right. There's different rules within Frank Dodd. I think it's Frank Dodd Act. It says that he had the right to name his temporary successor. But there is... government paperwork that says it's Trump's responsibility to name temporary acting director. And this person that was trying to... where is it? Sorry, I'm looking through... is like an Obama or... Yeah, it's Obama era holdout. So what was funny is Monday morning went in, blasted an email out saying, ignore everything, I'm in charge, only listen to me. But Mulvaney goes in and puts an email out, no, she's not in charge. I think it's a female. I am. So now there was lawsuits filed, and this person was asking for a temporary restraining order to put her in charge. If it's a man, I'm sorry. But a judge is refusing to allow that restraining order to be put in. But former CFPB litigation counsel Deepak Gupta, who represented English, said this career civil servant would weigh her next step, but added he didn't think Kelly's ruling was the final stop for this case. Kelly is the judge who is a Trump nominee. So there is that. The ruling comes after a nasty partisan spat that pitted the Trump administration against an Obama-era holdout to lead the Bureau. Mick Mulvaney speaks. Announces hiring. It's Linda English was elevated to acting deputy director Friday when Richard Obama appointee resigned. The fight over who would lead the Bureau bled into the weekend, and on Sunday, English filed an emergency restraining order to keep Mulvaney from taking control. Early Tuesday, Mulvaney instructed staff to disregard instructions from Deputy Director English, and then tweeted a picture of himself working at a desk under the handle at CFPB Director. He also sent out an email reminding people to ignore any direction from English. Consistent with my email from yesterday, please disregard any email sent by or instruction you received from Ms. English when she purportedly to act as the hell? Oh. My wife's car lights just went on. Just scared the shit out of me. I got the surveillance cameras up next to me because I was waiting for a delivery. And the lights went on, and I didn't notice my wife going out, so that just scared the crap out of me. This is so funny. But it's weird. This is all over acting director, not permanent acting. But Mulvaney did put in his email that he apologized for having to send this instruction again, and I feel terrible about you folks being put in this position, as I understand it could be both confusing and disruptive. The scene was a follow-up to an awkward power struggle that played out Monday when Mulvaney and English both showed up for work. Mulvaney brought donuts. English sent out a post-Thanksgiving holiday wishes. Both declared in emails to the staff that they were in charge. English, who was elevated to deputy director of the Bureau last week by its outgoing director, again, an Obama employee, claimed she should be the acting director. President Trump disagreed and assigned Mulvaney to the post instead. The government filed a response late Monday calling English claims to the office a bureaucratic sleight of hand meant to circumvent presidential authority. English cited the Dodd-Frank Act, which created the CFPB. She said that department director, she became the acting director under the law and argued that the federal law the White House contends supports Trump's appointment of Mulvaney doesn't apply when another statute designates a successor. Mulvaney, a former congressman, has called the agency a joke, an example of bureaucracy run amok. He is expected to dismantle much of what the Bureau has done. A new director for the CFPB must be confirmed by the Senate. Who's on first? I don't know. Third base. Could you imagine this much arguing when Obama was in office? CNN would be freaking out all over it. But because it's not Obama and it's Trump, they think it's grand. And that is the hypocrisy that really pisses me off. You know what? If all this shit was going on and CNN, MSNBC, Fox, all of them were calling it down the middle like they're supposed to, I'd be happy. I probably wouldn't be on air. I might. I don't know. Because like I've said, one of the things I try to do with my show is, even when you're watching the news, they try to talk at a level above everybody else. They get all these highfalutin, college-educated, trying to speak above everybody. How smart I am. Well, I try to give it to you, well, the way most people talk in life. And there's so much hypocrisy that's going on. And that's what really I'm so tired of. just isn't so much the split between conservative and liberalism, right versus left. You need that. You need the yin and yang. It's the other bullshit that's coming along with it that just... That's where it's getting me. That's where it's getting me. I don't know. Can we ever correct this? I don't know. You need the yin and yang. It's a great diet food. How you doing, BZ, my friend? It's been a while since I've seen you. I hate to say this, I really do, but I think I touched on it at the beginning of the show. Last week, taken off. The week before, the issues that I had. And just some of the time I've missed lately, I actually needed. I feel reinvigorated. That little week or two break kind of reinvigorated me. I was kind of getting burnt out on some of this. And as it's easy, you can get burned out quickly on doing these types of shows. I needed it. I needed to step away. Yes, touching yin and yang too much will cause hair to grow. Hey, BZ, I've had to explain twice now about the Sackhead Clint promo, the one-eared elephant. I know it as just, kiss the elephant's trunk. And I had to explain it to my wife about it. She didn't understand that joke. That was the sad part. But I needed that break. I really did. It's reinvigorated me. I'm back. What sucks is we're coming into December, which is a real bitch of a month when it comes to the show, because you got Christmas, you got New Year's, you got my birthday coming up. So there's some hit or miss with the show, too. But it'll give a nice reinvigoration of the show. Get me back going again. And with that, it's that time. Which one? We'll go down. All right, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires, due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network, to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon. just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying confidence, stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Pay no attention to the muffled screams in the background. You are listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on the SHR Media Network. Back to you, Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. That's right. Oh, don't forget, coming up, top of the hour, in approximately, 33 minutes, will be BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, hosted by the great, the awesome BZ himself. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, jump in the conversation. Just remember that no rags, no paper towels in the toilet. Don't overflow it. Go ahead, do it. I dare you to. Because, unfortunately, BZ will have to clean the toilet himself. It'll be okay. Oh, let's see. I just can't wait till I get everything set up in my garage so actually I can get some of these little projects out of my head, because they're really starting to bug the shit out of me sitting in my head. Oh, my God. I'm looking for chainsaws. I missed you, BZ. I did. I really did. I miss being on air. I just got to get everything going here. Gotta stop looking at that. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. And Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't. So it was asked, this English lawsuit against Trump. It was asked who's financing it. And it was a weird answer. But secret donors, they're saying, are financing the lawsuit against President Donald Trump and the White House budget director, Mick Mulvaney, who runs the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB. Deepak Gupta, the lead lawyer of a boutique law firm, I read that and I thought you were going to write, you missed me like I missed, and I thought it was like missiles from North Korea I was expecting or something like that. He is the lead lawyer of a boutique law firm that launched its suit on behalf of CFPB Acting Director English, confirmed in a CNBC interview that English is not paying for his hourly fees, but rather unknown anonymous donors are. Gupta refused to name who is funding the lawsuit, making it difficult to ascertain the motives, intentions, or any special interest of those underwriting the case. The D.C. lawyer appeared caught off guard when CNBC host asked who was financing his effort. He stumbled over his words in his first answer and said some form of unidentified structure was being put in place to accept funds from anonymous donors. Well, it's not Miss English. There are ethic lawyers that we've consulted, and we have a structure set up that is with ethics rules, and we'll be talking about that once we have that. That was his statement to CNBC. It wasn't me gobbling it up. That was a lawyer, Gupta, coming up with an answer. When repeatedly asked who is paying for the case, which could go all the way to the Supreme Court, Gupta answered, "It's just not appropriate for me to be talking about that right now." CNBC host asked Gupta if his firm is handling the case pro bono. "No, we're not," Gupta answered. Gupta previously worked for Ralph Nader's litigation group, which historically has always demanded openness and transparency from government entities. Trump installed Mulvaney as CFPB acting director after former director Richard Cordray stepped down over Thanksgiving weekend. Richard named English his successor before stepping down, leading to the battle for control of the agency that is the brainchild of Senator Elizabeth Warren and former President Barack Hussein Obama. English claims she is rightfully acting director, and the case is now before District Judge Timothy J. Kelly, which we talked about just previously. Kelly refused to put a temporary restraining order, allowing Mulvaney to stay as acting director. But it raises a lot of question. Who is paying for this lawsuit and why? And that is where you have to ask your questions. And it's just liberals trying to interfere with Trump, trying to stop him. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. But they should not have be able to have this independent financing. If she wants to do that lawsuit, she should be paying it herself. To me, that's showing nefarious undertones to what she's actually up to, which we all know she is. Oh, what are we going to do? They're just making this country into one big joke. Obama started dismantling. In his speech, he said he was going to tear America down, and boy, has he. And he's still going. Scary part is what he started, I think, expanded past that whole liberalism that he was trying to push. I think that went past what he was after. And it's taken its own life. And it's doing more than he ever wanted it to do. Because now I'm hearing there's a big push that they want Michelle to run for office, possibly president, in 2020. There's a big push for that I've been hearing in the background. And trust me, I heard a lot of stuff. I heard some nice liberal talking during Thanksgiving. There wasn't a lot of political talk, but I heard little conversations when people didn't think I was listening. See, I'll be doing something, and people think I'm not smart enough to do several things at the same time. I may be looking at a tablet, reading something, and they think I'm not paying attention. I'm not. But I'm half deaf, and I'm hearing these conversations around the room. Just because I don't always speak or jump in them doesn't mean I don't hear. I heard a lot of conversations this weekend. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. So if my in-laws are listening, listen. Yesterday I praised Thanksgiving. It was. And it doesn't always mean I'm talking about, ouch, you guys. But it was. I heard a lot of conversations. And it was interesting. It really was. It seems that this whole socialism has taken its own life and expanded to what Obama was trying to do. I mean, it's created Bernie Sanders to a level that I don't think he would ever try to go to. I mean, and I asked everybody else, what do they think on that? Do they think it's expanded? Democrat Party's in trouble. There is too many factions involved right now in the Democrat Party, and they're not able to control it like they used to. Before, there was slight differences within party, what they wanted to do. But now, there's some big differences. Because you still have those moderates in the Democrat Party. Well, they can't be moderate because it's got to go one way or the other, and they're being attacked hard that they have to lean to the left further. And that Democrat Party's been making that left turn, and the problem is, every time they make that hard left turn in the past, it hasn't worked out great for them during elections. And I think you could see that after Obama's election in 2008 when the Democrat Party took control. After that, when people started realizing what was going on, it's been a slow turn away. And I don't see that turn going away. Doesn't mean they're going to keep electing the same conservatives. But I think people have woken up and they're tired of what they're seeing now in the Democrat Party. They see the hypocrisy. They see there's no message. They see that there's nothing but mottos and talking for the cameras. Because as I said before, they talk about now, oh, we got these plans for jobs and this and that and that. Oh, we could do this. They're 1 year removed from Obama. Where were those old ideas for 8 years of Obama? They had all these great ideas. Where were they just a year ago? They weren't there. They don't have any idea. They're blowing smoke up people's asses to try to get back at power so they could do jack shit again. And I'm not saying that there's a lot of Republicans, all they're doing out there is going out there smacking their lips for the camera and don't want to do shit, McConnell. We're going to repeal Obamacare. Oh, I don't know if we could repeal it. I don't know if that's a smart thing to do. McCain, he campaigned. He lied. He stole money from the American people. He screamed about how he was going to repeal Obamacare. And he ran on how many years of that? He campaigned on how many years? And what happened? Bupkis. Nada. Nope. Zip. When it came time, he lost his nuts. He never had any. And what's funny is me and my dad were talking about it again the other night. I think it was Sunday night. And we remember back in Obama, when Obama was in office, you had like McCain, Graham, and a couple others there really going after Obama. Obama said, everybody come to dinner with me. Come sit to the White House and have dinner with me. Several Republicans refused, Rand Paul and a couple others. Biner was the other one that went in on it. And all of a sudden they walk out. And they stop fighting. They do their lip service during their campaigning. But when it came to being in the Senate, they did nothing against Obama after that meeting. Me and my dad swear that Obama went into it like J. Edgar Hoover going, hey, look at the envelope. Yeah, this is what I got on you. This is what I got on you. This is what I got on you. You stop fucking with me or I'm going to put this out in public. They went, okay, we're done. You got us. I mean, I have no proof. I mean, that's what it seems like to me and my dad. And there's still too much pussies to stand up after he's gone. Well, we don't want to fuck with the people. We don't want to take Obamacare away from them. It's destroying people financially, you jackass. Something that you campaigned and swore that it was going to happen, happened. I don't know. What am I thinking? You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires, due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network, to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. there in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cap for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense here on the SHR Media Network. Hey, Sean, you ever see a one-eared elephant?
No.
Check this out.
Oh, that's so tiny.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. By the way, BZ, let Clint know that I'm sorry to hear that it's tiny. It must be embarrassing. I don't know. So, as it's been reported, Rocket Man, North Korea, has launched missiles. Has launched a missile again. And I agree with this article to the point that I think it's time that we start taking out some of those sites. Not a full-out war, but we should accidentally hit the wrong button as our bombers fly over North Korea. That it accidentally dropped some bombs on some of their missile sites. And it's something we got to do sooner or later. We can't keep playing patty cakes. It was launched and went over Japan, so it went west. That's the only way they can go. The fuck? Just seen an article. This dumb fuck. There's a Republican representative, Carlos Curbelo from Florida, announced today that he will vote to shut down the federal government at the end of the year if the GOP spending bill does not include legislation to give amnesty to illegal aliens. What a fucking dumbass. Oh, God. I'm not even going to get into that. Hey, don't forget, coming up top of the hour in about, 11 minutes will be BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Don't forget to stick around for his great show. You got, of course, Schumer and Pelosi refused to sit down with Trump. No surprise. There's so much divide, it ain't shit getting done. And I don't even know where to go with it. It's the liberals are so dead set because they got their ass beat. They're not willing. They're like little children still throwing a hissy fit. You got Hillary Clinton still trying to fight the November 2016 election. You got Democrats that are still fighting that. It's like the election is over. It's done with. Move on. But Trump said about the North Korea missile launch, we will take care of it. And someone I know on Facebook was saying that he would not be surprised that Trump comes on TV going, 5 minutes ago, we launched an airstrike on North Korea, and we have bombed several of their launch sites. I would not be surprised hearing that either. Oh, man. I really don't know if America can get back to being America again. I don't think we can. There's too much, well, I don't want to say that because the people themselves, there's not a huge divide. The media makes it seem like there's more divide, and when people actually sit down and talk, they go, holy shit, we actually agree. But the media talks how much we are divided when there's not much divide. And that's one thing I found out going up to my in-laws. We did have some small conversations. And there was a lot of agreement. There was more agreement than you would expect. But the media keeps throwing shit out trying to keep us separated. Because if we actually knew we were agreeing on a lot of stuff, it would destroy a lot of the talking points that liberals and the mainstream media go on. They just want to keep us divided. But in the whole sense of things, I don't know how we can get back to America being America. It's going to be a massive fight to try to get back. Do we want to go back? And I mean, I do want to go forward. I don't want to go back to yesterday. But there's some parts that we need to get back to. Our government working, our politicians compromising. And a compromise is both sides come out unhappy. And they need to start going back to listening to the majority of the American people. And a majority of the people, every time I turn around, says no open borders, no amnesty. That's simple. That's simple, people. I don't know. All right, everybody. I'm going to cut the show a couple minutes early because YouTube sucks with their software, and so does Facebook. So with that, I want to wish everybody have a great night. Be safe. Have fun at work tomorrow. And with that, have a great night.
You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.